If you don't communicate your needs, what you want, how you want to be treated, and people don't treat you as you want, it looks like you have no right to be angry. Do you get my thinking? Hi friends, I'm back at my usual spot. Why do I always forget my microphone when I'm out? Anyways, I haven't given up on walking. It's just that lately sometimes I don't feel like recording because there's so many people around, or I don't have anything to say, but I'm still going strong. Okay, so I'm on my way to go walk, but I had to stop at my favorite place to make a video before we get there. All right, so let's go. How have you been though? How are you? You know, something interesting. I have a friend who, oh my god, I can't see myself. I have a friend who once a while would text me and say, how are you? Like, how are you really? And the person would be like, don't give me the automatic response of I'm fine. Like, how are you? And I'm like, let's not go there. Anyway, so how are you really? You don't have to respond, but you can respond to yourself as you watch this video. All right, there are too many people. I'm going to the field. This is why I can't make videos whilst walking. See the number of people in the field? Way too many people than there's been a thought in my mind that I want to process it out loud, and I thought I would do it today before, because I haven't posted a video in a while. Anyway, let's get there. I was thinking today before I went for the walk how humans are very complex. In the context of last week, I was talking to someone and the person mentioned something, like someone had done something they didn't like. And I was like, so why don't you tell them you don't like that? Or why don't you tell them that next time they should do this and that? And the person responded in a way that I didn't think about it until today. That, oh, you know our people. Immediately you tell them that, oh, like what you did today, I didn't like. They just take it. Okay, let me give an example for it to make sense. If you show up at a friend's house, right, and the person says that, oh, next time you want to visit me, inform me first, or like text me, like tell me you are coming so that I'll be where you are coming. In the typical Ghanaian context, and I might be very wrong, and I'm not making this too much of a generalization. I am making it a generalization, but in the context, in a typical Ghanaian context, if you tell somebody that you have to inform me before you come to my house, the natural reaction is that you don't want me to show up in your house anymore, and so I won't come there again. So just tell me you don't want me in your house. What do you mean I should inform you before I come, right? Now, in an age of young people who are obsessed with boundaries, I would say so. I myself is one of them that I think boundaries are important. If you grew up in an environment where you are scared to tell someone they hurt you because they will feel hurt. So if you show up, like I'm using the show up at my house example, if you show up at my house at weird hours, in the like if you show up at my house and though I'm not comfortable that you just show up, maybe I had plans for the day, you just show up to disrupt me. Now, in the context of not hurting them, you keep so many things in yourself that at a point in time you begin to resent the person. That's what I'm getting at. I saw a video the other day where somebody was saying that one of the things that kills marriages or relationships, I should say so, is unexpected communication. The person did say that ends more marriages than even infidelity and all of those things. Now, I was like, I didn't think a lot of it, but if you assume, for example, there are some things I feel like a normal sane human being should know that you shouldn't do this. So sometimes I make assumptions that, like, I wanted to use a word I shouldn't use. Are you daft that you know this is not right to do? So there are things I make assumptions that if the person is sane, they shouldn't do it. And so I don't tell them. But if you make assumptions without communicating what you want or what you deserve or how you want to be treated, then you begin to resent them because you assume they will be wise enough to do it, and some people are not wise enough to do. Where am I getting? I've drifted from the point I wanted to say, but back to the thought of, in the context of not wanting to hurt people, we don't say how we feel from the inside, and now we begin to resent them, or they do so many things we don't like. So unexpected communication. It's like in the story of Mary, Martha, and Jesus, where they send someone to tell Jesus, hey Jesus, the one you love is sick. and Jesus doesn't show up. The one you love is sick. So I feel like there was an unexpected communication that, hey, you are Jesus, we are telling you your friend is sick. Automatically, you come and heal them of their sickness, right? That's an unexpected communication. Make it like try to connect the dot that if I just tell you I'm sick, then you would do something about it instead of saying, hey, Jesus, this person is sick. Can you come and heal them? Do you connect the dots, or is my brain? Or is my brain anyhow, right? So you would see the reaction of both Martha and her sister when Jesus appears. They begin to blame them that if you had been here, my brother would not have died. So it's in Jesus, in the context of what I'm talking about now. If you don't communicate your needs, what you want, how you want to be treated, and people don't treat you as you want, it looks like you have no right to be angry. Do you get my thinking? And so today I was just thinking that, yeah, I think we all need to learn to speak up. And while I was processing it, I was like, yeah, sometimes I also tell people in their phone, because I'm saying this because most of the time I've just make assumptions that this person should know that what they are doing is not right. But I've come to learn over and over and over again that some people don't. Sorry, right? Finish the sentence by yourself. Now, oh God, I've forgotten what I wanted to say. I'm saying that we all need to learn to speak up. Speak up with grace, but speak up. Don't make assumptions that people will treat you the way you want to be treated if you don't tell them how you want to be treated. So as I was processing this and thinking about this, I remember also thinking that I think for some times I have used humor. Oh my God, there's a fly out here. For some time I have used humor as a way to cover up, right? So let's say if you show up at my house unannounced. Why do I keep using this example? If you show up at my house unannounced and I'm like, well, if you had informed me you were coming, I would have cooked something nice for you. And since you decided not to tell me, eat this gari, right? In a way of humor, I'm trying to tell you that next time you want to visit me, tell me you are coming so I'll be more prepared. But as I was thinking about it, it went back to the assumptions again that somebody, I'm assuming if I speak that way, someone would be wise enough to get my message, but someone might just take it as a joke as it is. Am I making sense? You see why I wanted to process this out loud? So I was just thinking of how humans are complex, or human relationships actually are very complex. So sometimes you want peace, and for the sake of peace, you won't speak up when someone is hurting you, but you begin to resent them, or you speak up and people do not like being confronted. People, for example, the last time someone, let me use a different scenario without it being obvious. The last time someone posted something about me, and I was like, hey, I don't think I'm very comfortable with you posting this side about me out there. So if you could not repeat that next time, that would be fine, right? And the person came and said, oh, really? Is that what you mean? If you don't want me to post these things about you, then what's the point in blah, blah, blah? Then I'm going to block you then. If the person said I'm going to block you then, it was very funny. When I saw the text, I laughed so much. Because it brought me back to this idea of, I'm using Ghanaians because I'm a Ghanaian and I'm used to that culture of Ghanaians not wanting confrontation and trying to speak nicely, saying, hey, what you did wasn't nice, can you not do it? They just take it as fight, that they don't want confrontation, right? So of course I ended up blocking them. A person said they were going to block me. I was waiting, they didn't block me, so I decided to do them the honor by blocking them ahead of time. Anyway, so what do you think about human relationships and how complex we are, like trying to navigate things? But back to what the person said, that most relationships end because of unexpected communication. I think it's something I want to think more about, because there are so many times we just make assumptions that we expect people to be better, and sometimes people are not. Okay, so that's the end of today's walk. Let's see you tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be good enough. I'm going home. Bye.